All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a question that, let's be honest, we all grapple with: the search for real, lasting happiness. We're going to look at some ancient wisdom that gives us a surprisingly practical roadmap to finding a deeper sense of peace. So, let's get right into it.
So let's start right here with this question. Does this hit home for you? You're always seeking happiness, but your heart just feels restless. It's like you strive, you achieve, you get the things, but that deep, quiet contentment, it just feels like it's always just over the horizon. Well, according to the teachings we're looking at, this isn't some personal failure on your part. Nope, it's actually a sign that maybe we're all misunderstanding where happiness really comes from in the first place.
All right, so the source material breaks it down into what it calls the 5 roots of suffering. Think of these as 5 core mental habits that cause all that restlessness. And you got to understand the problem before you can even think about fixing it, right? So let's walk through them one by one.
Okay, first up we have craving. You know this one. It's that little voice in your head that's always saying, if I just had that thing, then I'd finally be happy. More money, a better job, the perfect partner, more likes on social media. But the source material has this brilliant analogy. It's like drinking salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you get. It's an endless cycle, a chase that literally has no finish line.
And this idea is so central, it gets boiled down to this: desire is the root of suffering. Let that sink in for a second. It's not about the things you have, it's the wanting. That constant, perpetual state of wanting more, wanting something different, that's the source of our unease. It's a really powerful idea to just chew on for a bit.
So the second root is aversion. And it's basically the flip side of the coin to craving. If craving is pulling things toward you, aversion is pushing things away. We're constantly trying to shove away the stuff we don't like, right? Discomfort, rejection, failure, loneliness, you name it. But here's the key insight. The actual pain isn't the real problem. The real suffering comes from our frantic struggle against the pain. It's our resistance to what's already here.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? You suffer because you resist the present moment. That's it. When we're at war with what's happening right now, we are literally creating our own suffering. And the teaching here is that acceptance isn't about giving up or being weak. Far from it. It's actually a superpower. It's how you disarm the pain and take back your power.
Okay, this leads us to the third root, and it's a big one: impermanence. It's the simple, unavoidable truth that everything changes, nothing lasts. Now, we all kind of know this in our heads, right? Youth fades, relationships evolve, good times pass. And yet, we live our lives clinging to things as if we could make them permanent. And so, of course, we suffer when they inevitably change. We're basically picking a fight with the fundamental nature of reality.
Yeah, just like this says, all things rise and fall, nothing stays. And it's so important to see that this isn't meant to be a downer. It's not pessimistic. It's presented as just a simple, observable fact, like gravity. It's just how things are. And the moment you stop fighting it and just see it for what it is, well, that's a huge step toward peace.
And this metaphor is just perfect, isn't it? Instead of trying to build a dam to stop the river of change, which is impossible, the goal is to learn to flow with it. To become a skilled navigator of the currents of life, whether you find yourself in a calm, gentle patch or in the middle of some serious rapids. All right, number 4 is illusion. And when we say illusion, we're not talking about magic tricks. We're talking about the mind's incredible ability to live absolutely anywhere except for right here, right now. Our minds are constantly playing reruns of past regrets or screening scary trailers for future anxieties. And while we're lost in that mental movie theater, we are completely 100% missing the actual movie of our life that's playing out in the present.
And this quote just draws the map for us nice and clear. The mind? It loves to hang out in illusion. It's its default setting. But peace? Peace has only one address. It lives in the now. That's it. That's the only place you'll ever find it.
So look at this breakdown. It couldn't be simpler, really. On one side, you've got illusion, which is all about the past fueled by regret and the future fueled by fear. And on the other side, just one thing: peace, found only in the now. That's the entire game right there. That present moment is the only place, the only address in the entire universe where peace actually lives.
And this brings us to the fifth and final root. And honestly, this one might be the deepest of them all. The ego. We're talking about that constant, nagging feeling that I am a separate person, disconnected from everyone and everything else. It's this belief in a separate self that is the root cause of so much trouble. It's what fuels jealousy, comparison, fear, and that deep ache of loneliness.
I mean, wow. Talk about a radical idea. There is no I, only the dance of life. This challenges the most fundamental assumption we have about ourselves. It's suggesting that this little I that we spend all our energy defending and promoting might just be an illusion. That really, we aren't separate entities at all, but just expressions of one big interconnected dance.
And here is maybe the most beautiful metaphor for this whole idea. Think about it. A wave looks like its own separate thing, right? It has a beginning, a peak, an end. But is a wave ever really separate from the ocean? No way. It is the ocean. And the teaching here is that you are not just the temporary wave. You are the entire vast ocean. And when you can really start to feel that painful feeling of being small and separate and alone, it just starts to dissolve.
So we've looked at the diagnosis, those 5 roots of what makes us unhappy. But the great thing is, these teachings don't just leave you there. They offer a prescription, a way forward. This is the path to peace, the Noble Eightfold Path. So here it is, the Noble Eightfold Path. And it's really important to see this not as a set of strict, rigid rules, but as a practical guide for living. It's often broken down into 3 parts. You have wisdom, which is about your view and your thought. Then you have ethical conduct, which covers your speech, your actions, and your livelihood. And finally, you have mental discipline, which is all about your effort, your mindfulness, and your concentration. It's really a complete toolkit for learning the art of being truly present.
Okay, so all of this, it leads to what might be the biggest, most profound shift in perspective of all. It completely reframes what we're even searching for.
And here it is. This is the big reveal. Happiness is not a place to reach. It is a way of walking. See, most of us treat happiness like it's a destination on a map, right? A place we'll finally get to once we have the right job, the right house, once everything is just perfect. But this teaching says that's the fundamental mistake. Happiness isn't a place you get to. It's found in the quality of attention and awareness you bring to the walk itself. It's how you walk, step by step, not where you're trying to go.
And really, it all comes down to these final, empowering words. Be a light unto yourself. This isn't about blindly following a teacher or just accepting someone else's rules. It's a direct invitation, an instruction to become your own source of wisdom, your own source of clarity, to find that light inside yourself, not through belief, but through your own direct experience of your life.
So, I'll leave you with this final, simple question. It's not asking you to change your whole life by tomorrow. It's much smaller, much more immediate than that. Just for today, where can you find your stillness? Where can you find just one little pocket of peace? Maybe in a single conscious breath, or just one moment of being right here, right now. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.